Kumasi Asante Koroko abo ene Edin Kunim against Club FN Accelerate FC by 2-0. A lot NSC after the game, a lot of conversations. Wow, as usual, send ye bete dear Koso Afa Asante Koroko who we need to speak to the key architect and send ye in what channel way. So we always try say. Dear Coach Ogum beka ni post match ni betimi aboa no na dia ba besom. We take our time and break it down for you to understand the things Coach Ogum can post match, because he's the man on the bench and the game on a mini game on a mini game in the backfield no so tin central for bisa the questions no wachirim na odi amene questions ni bi amount for bisa was the fact that people feel they did not really enjoy that Asante Kotoko team. I mean, na man for who say Kotoko babe tete I am a accelerate. He talked about that. And there were questions about Samuel Tenadu. Me also Chairman Alexander Menu video. And a chairman talking about the performance of Tenadu and why Tenadu, he is expecting Tenadu to be a player or babe fight knocking on the doors for opportunity in the starting 11. Coach Ogum made mention of that and why Oyi Tenadu free mu, because a question back one time I was live and people were asking why did he take Tenadu out and Okipu Michael change. I mean, I will look at that. So not to rush into the issues. I mean, the signings, there were questions about transfers, a lot questions near 6. You handle that and other off the field issues. I'll try and do my best before I leave this particular scene. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. First question, Coach Ogum, were you surprised with the performance of Accelerator now? And how are you even assessing the youth team players how you saw? Yeah, the two when him say Vertus Avoka, Jordan Emisa, Solomon Kwekusai, and Fatao Sedu. Omina make it a 20-man squad and they are set to play for Kotoko. Indeed, it happened exactly. Coach Ogum answers our question. Yentie Ogum on the opportunity and how his initial assessment of the match.
Going to come at us aggressively, and that was exactly what they did. With respect to the young guys, the youth team players, I think it was a good platform for them to showcase what they are capable of doing. They did well. I'm sure as we give them similar or same opportunities to exhibit what they have in them, it will boost their confidence, it will boost their determination to work harder at training and get more playing time when such opportunities come. So as a technical staff, I think we are happy with the youth players, what they played, and then we are also happy with the team, the way the team played. I'm sure maybe people wanted to see an avalanche of goals, but then in such games, sometimes it doesn't happen that way. The most important thing is that we have won and we are moving to the next stage of the competition.
All right, the next question which was posed to Coach Ogum, which I know say it will be very, very dear to the heart of most of you. How did he see players or more opportunity in this particular match? When the Kaka youth team players, but there are some senior team players that played in today's game. For instance, Henry Ansu is not a starter. Normally, somebody Joseph Ablo. But coach started Ansu in today's game. He started Samuel Tenadu in today's game. Started Michael Che Jamra, and Saka Dabuda also had an opportunity. Manuel Entry also had an opportunity. The question was simple. Coach Ogum, players are more chance. Never match no. Emu why na etimi prove actually say in the next game I saw man a chance manable. Coach talked about competition. He talked about opportunity. He talked about learning from this particular game. Let's listen to Coach Ogum before we come to the interpretation of Nsema Coach Eduku.
I think all of them did well. That if they are given the opportunity to play, they will play. Normally, what happens in team sport is that the regulars who are played consistently, if you pull, let's say, you bring in 1 or 2 non-regular to come and blend with them, it's very easy for that person to integrate into the team. But then if you take a whole chunk of those who have been playing consistently away and you bring in another chunk of people who do not play consistently, sometimes it doesn't let you find a smooth chemistry in terms of team cohesion on the field. So all of them did well, and I'm sure at the right time, those who think that we need to give them more opportunities to play, will give them the opportunities to play. I'm a coach. I believe in competition in a team. I don't believe in the fact that a particular position is for somebody. If it is for you, it means that you have worked very hard at training, and you have also proven in games that it is something that if we are making a selection for a game, you should be there. So I always create a very competitive, fair, atmosphere within the team for everybody to express what they are capable of doing. So to me, I'm happy about what I've seen, and I'm sure going forward it will be good for the team. Right. And it's a lesson to them as players that playing against lower tier teams, sometimes it doesn't come that easy and smooth.
So Coach Ogum out and kind of concerning the competition, how he wants the team to be competitive. So with tier coach now, you can feel it in his voice that Unyayanka team no on person will be able to say men magic position now. So you can feel that in his voice. I say he wants options. He wants a situation where starting 11 will be a problem for him, just like Nana Penkra Kwesi wa the IMC coach Kwesi Apia Diamana now. That is giving him options in terms of attack. Players be near the amount. So that Obian who didn't know diagro, others Obi who say what top position net tiaka. You can feel that in Ogum's voice. And also look at his body language. We are saying what to Dina. Yes, he's trying to defend his players, but I have a feeling that behind the scenes he was not really impressed with the performance and the results. But as a good PR, as a good coach, he wants to defend his players. Well, the other conversation, okay, say me be catch them say Kotoko players. Mako ben son and epra. Now, Mema ntimi anka omupra no what exactly their injury is. Because me die the hu ni kan we amba training. But head coach the ultimate chira say we a pra we. So Coach Ogum at post match an idea of the injury situation at Asante Kotoko team. The players at the moment on my proud Kotoko team, no, Emmanuel Korte 1, Frederick Kasari 2, Albert Amwa 3, Peter Aqua. You catch him over the week. Say Peter is injured. Only a 4. Fernando Weston Bassi 5, Elvis Cheba 4, Awuche 6. And these are the players Epra Asante Kotoko. Well, Coach Ogum is taking the time to list the various kind of injuries our players need. It be an ankle, it be a knee, it be a waist, it be a knock, it be a hamstring, it be a groin. Let's listen to Coach Ogum whilst he explained the injury situation at Asante Kotoko. Why these 6 players MSC the game and as to how and when they will come back and start.
Really looking at the number of days we give these players to go through the treatment protocol. I'm not really sure, but then anything can happen if per the observation and per the remarks of the medical staff, they are ready to come. I'm sure they will come. For Eduku, I think it's an issue of the ITC that we don't have. That is why we didn't see him. But then Fernando is hamstring. This Chiba 4, which is Awuchi, is an issue of groin. So Fernando is also hamstring. Kote is a knee injury. Abet is an ankle injury, and then who else again? Sorry. Yeah, Sari is a knee injury. So these players are going through, and these are good quality top players. And Peter Aminu also had a knock on the side of the waist into the bone there. So he's been given some days to rest. So all these players, we are hoping that very soon they will be fit and join the team so that we'll have competition within the team. When there's competition, it brings out the best in everybody. When there's no competition, sometimes you think you are the top-notch person for that position.
All right, the big question most of you have been waiting for has to do with Samuel Tenadu. Tenadu. And Chairman Alexander Menukra commented on that. Not to say much. Coach Ogum explained why Oyi Tenadu free game. Now, I want you to take your time and listen to the coach before we pass any judgment. He explained why Tenadu ambo born envy. Quick one, Tenadu.
He had some knocks and it didn't really augur well for him. So his movement was thwarted. So based on what the medical team told us, we advise ourselves that he shouldn't be running on it for long. Maybe sometimes if it's a minor one, it's better he comes out for treatment than to continue running for the 90 minutes to aggravate the situation. So that was the reason why we thought that we had to bring him out.
So at the moment, adding Tenadu's knock to the list of players it takes it to 7. Because I was Tenadu knock, and the medical team advised say the more he ran and put a lot of pressure on the injury and a minor injury, it means that there's a possibility say between a kese, ama ebia he would have to go off for a very long time. That is what the coach is saying. So it was necessary to take him out and let another player come in. That was when Solomon Kweku Sai, ebe boy, Kante, ebe boy game. No? That is the reason behind Tenadu's leaving the game. So let's just hope that if Ochina says scan or say any medical diagnosis be able to be enquire injury so affected Samuel Tenadu. Well, away from that, a question on Kotoko's last 7 matches. Media Adriana Stars win, Future Stars win, Heart to Folk win, Dream FC win, Bebiani Go Stars win, Mediama draw, and they win against Accelerate. Meaning the last 7 matches, especially after the appointment of Coach Malik Jabel as the technical director, Asante Kotoko is yet to lose a game. A question was posed to Coach Ogum on this particular situation. What is really happening? Ama Kotoko. Enya this form after the lot of troubles but 4 matches lose. Coach explaining the changes behind the scenes leading to the kind of results as Antokotoko Enya.
I think it's about players adhering to tactical instructions at every point in time at training and then transferring those instructions into the game. The football is a team sport, and once there's an element of communication, cooperation, and coordination, normally it's very easy for the players to play together in every department of the game, whether it's defense, midfield, or attack. I think we are getting these 3 things working very well for us. In addition to other things we have been doing that I can't disclose to the public, because that is our weapon. So I think they communicate very well, they cooperate very well, and then they coordinate very well when they are playing.
Finally, before the last question, which was posed to Coach Ogum, had to do with the next 2 matches at Asante. At the moment, we're checking Ghana Premier League now. It got 28 points, and that is 2 points off the league leaders in Bebiani Gold Stars and Heart of Lions. Lions is leading with 30 points and with more goal difference than Bebiani Gold Stars. So yes, it's still 30 points. It means 2 points gap in that Kotoko the other second, or the other top. Fortunately for Kotoko, in the next 2 matches, Kotoko go home, and that is against Karela and also against Vision FC. So match day 17, Kotoko is playing against Vision FC, and match day 18, Kotoko is playing against Karela. And Sana Kotoko beko away to Young Apostles, play home to Brekum Chelsea, play away to Swatremai, and the rest will follow. But Kotoko had 2 matches obo ofie. Now the question was simple, Coach Ogum. Points gap near 2. How do you plan to take advantage of this next 2 home matches to catch up and eventually get to the top of the Ghana Premier League? Let's listen.
Yeah, I think it should be a turning point for us in terms of our ambition to compete for the trophy. It should be a turning point for us. We are playing 2 games at home. We should make the very best out of this opportunity. Try and play well in terms of performance. Try and make sure that the chances we create, we convert them. It's all about the 3 points. When we get the 3 points, these vital 6 points, I'm sure when we get them, it will inspire us a lot in terms of our approach at training and our approach in subsequent games. So it's a good opportunity and we need to grab it.
So that's the news from Coach Ogum after the game. And somehow to our coach Kanye and Yenyabotra breaking it down. Eddie Amamo our channel. So yes, clearly you can feel that some of the supporters to some extent were not entirely impressed with the kind of performance as Antikoroko put two up. Key questions na man for Abisa. One had to do with coach Nankasa can say when you take a lot of the new players or say team Nankasa old team Nane and one of my young boys be two big chances. They coordinate well because the core of the team is there. But this is a case where Kotoko changed the main goalkeeper in Fatah Seidu coming in, changing a center back, that is the defensive pair, by the midfield three, 2 changes, front line, 2 changes, meaning coach making about 5 changes. Emma players who are not really starters an opportunity in the team. Asema Coach Ogum Kai is that when you do that, the communication, the chemistry will definitely be affected. But the big question among Fobisan is that is how football is. The gap between your starters and your players on the bench should not be wide. And you can say more started and your more bench in bebre. So that the moment you make a change, the free bench in the bar no be shemwa easily he fit and maintain the dynamism or the dynamics of the game, the dimension of the team, or maintaining it keep it intact, so that you don't see any drop in performance. The question people are asking is that it is possible, and should Ablo or Samba pick an injury or a suspension or whatever it will be, Ansu neighbor. So the gap between Ansu and these players, Samba and Ablo, must be so close, especially in terms of their match fitness. There's questions about match fitness. Among Fossey, you cannot have players on the bench. It looks like they lack match fitness. Yes. And again, what I've realized that Kotoko should tackle the part where they'll be playing matches for the players who don't start. Because the second division team, and the first division matches are about training grounds. These are players are more the energy to run. So they will give the bench players a good competition. And that good competition will force them to build on their work rate. Because in terms of a taste of football like the starters, in terms of margin, it was something that Santikoro pa. Even under Coach Ogum, most of the were playing friendly matches. In terms of recovery, sometimes on the day of recovery, because recovery there, was steady players ne ball ne pan ya omu nye gidi omu tutum ni kaka krebi omu man born ne year recovery ni more nti we steady ana kotoko on the day of recovery na kotoko type ball friendly game se midweek ko ha ne ha adwen. Now this season was steady they are limited midweeks. Se nyo bi na be kwa Africa and obenya midweek and enyo bi na be tu kwa na obenya midweek and a Black Galaxy se be fem na obi benya midweek midweek in Shadani and Komunum. Into a questiada to questiada means the coach have more time to work on the starters and work on the players on the bench. So the conversation is how can we make sure say Tenadu, Che Jamana, because this if you are watching in team now we hear Blair, it's going to be difficult for Che and Tenadu to start, or even Solomon Kwekusai to start. To send the organizer friendly matches Thursdays and Wednesdays. Edema the youth team, I think the main team is a start here be more. Nti avoka free bench ba. And now that Kotoko is going to have a lot of forwards. They say Coach Ogum confirming it in the interview. Say Samson Eduku is not starting. Now Eduku is starting because of registration. Okay, I see a can want some more channel we so. Eduku is starting because it's ITC. And the registration is not entirely done. That was the explanation of Coach Ogum de Maye. So imagine if Kotoko start a game. No about Albert Tamwa, Dauda Saka, and Kwame Poku. Maybe around the 70th minute or the Mintaba, 80th minute or the Edukuaba. It means that these two playing time in a competitive minute and drew even 30. So you have to find a way where they will also have a taste of competitive minute. Suddenly at the end of the day, say Poku film now about him say now who they know was sort of so more bono. And I think it's something the technical team must consider. Again, the injuries are kotko as a reality check on what to do on the transfer market. So what I say? The coming in of a goalkeeper. That is Benjamin Chum. That's one of the realities because Frederick Asare pra. Nti o four a bow. What I say? Now, Cote picks up an injury. Our coach can't say a knee. Now the other side of the news, coach can say Cote there, Cote there any knee. So the other side of the news, you don't have a backup right back. Then you don't have a backup left back. So you need to go to the market and get someone that is versatile. Because imagine if Cote's injury is going to be a long one. It means you 2 new 3 now only options. And clearly defense win you title. The great Sir Alex Ferguson said, attack win you matches, but defense win you titles. Because 30 year ball best 7 matches are ball and talk connect. Osha ba akwa we win no. Ediana Kotko kipu clean sheet. Hard to focus Kotko kipu clean sheet. Future stars Kotko kipu clean sheet. Baby any go stars Kotko kipu clean sheet. Ene Kotko kipu clean sheet. So Kotko consider against Midiema that one goal Kamara Dean go no. And I Kotko consider against Dreams FC 2 goals. Kotko goals ne drop goals conceded ne drop the points no. Osha one the points are Kotko nya ne kosro. So we need to look at the defense, the right back and the left back, the extent of Corte's injury. About the right time. O check last season, Kotoko players started picking injuries. Sheriff Mohammed Pride after the transfer window was closed. The total transfer window na Sheriff could pry. You had no other option to go for a player. But injuries went about the right time. Abetamu pra, but there is a Eduku and Kwame Poku and Minta Ebekan Wasam another day. It's also in the pipeline. Until we headache wo. Basi pra, Peter Akwe pra, but there's Dauda Saka. And the forward ni bebre no ho gives you options. Medford injury shed any horse. So what I say? But defense no one in home. Tienwe defense no so. Ewo kotko nhihye I think Nana Pinkra kwesi when the IMC the Malik Jabal appointment so far so good. I take the pressure on Coach Ogum. Ama his communication when you have someone he can rely on. To the coach akwesi apia now the Malik can ho dia. Next one man asuma dwono kotko adwuma na adwuma e den. To when your mo so mo ma wonti ya wo ya. And that's what Malik Jabal be. And every day my man that goes to Adakweja or the people I speak to at Adakweja omukase de bia coach Malik Jabal. So the conversation about his fitness is now out of the picture because debut Timiko training. And these are the positives. So Eduku explanation about Albertamwa and the other injuries explanation about Adiasan, Tienche Bebre. But more and a lot of news will come. When we sit and discuss Asante Koroko on Porcupine Stand with Sobet. Bye-bye.